I'm just here like, see, what had happened was, I was just hoping you could give me this experience, that way I can gain experience and eventually accrue the experience that you so desperately demand from me. My bad. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Life Today with Binta Pei. I know what you're thinking. Binta, you look a little different. Well, that's because I got a new glow. This is that I just passed 100 subscribers glow. Yay, yay. Thank you all so much for supporting me on this journey. I really would not be growing without you. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably haven't even clicked subscribe yet. What are you waiting for? Go on, I'll give you a second. Did it? Good. Now, as you can see from the title, today I'm going to be talking about the 5 things no one tells you about graduating from college. So, grab a snack, sit back, and let's start with number 1. The first thing that no one tells you about graduating from college is that life goes on. Graduating from college can either make you feel liberated,
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! We are free at last!
or it can make you feel lost. And for most of us, it has us feeling a little bit of both. Sometimes, I'm sure you even think about how amazing it would be to move back on campus with your roommates and friends, and you probably just spend so much time reminiscing about the good old days. Well, guess what? You can't do that. As soon as you left, you just made more room for the next graduating class to come in, and just like that, there's no more room for you at your school. While it can sound a little sad, like, how could they just move on without me? It brings me to valuable lesson number 1. We graduated, which means we've literally advanced to a new level of life. That should really be extra motivation for us to stop living in our past, stop ignoring our presents, and start investing in our futures. Number 2, the second thing that people do not tell you about graduating from college is that you probably won't be landing your dream job right off the bat. And that's okay. That's not to say it isn't possible, but it is to say that it's way more common than you think. As a college student, it is so easy for you to say that you are all that in a bag of chips. Shoot, I thought I was the whole party mix, but there's nothing like good old reality to slap you in the face. So sure, you now hold this degree. Congratulations. Employers will see that and still demand 5 to 7 years of experience from you. And I'm just here like, I don't have all that. See, what had happened was, I was just hoping you could give me this experience, that way I can gain experience and eventually accrue the experience that you so desperately demand from me. My bad. From someone who's been post-grad for almost 2 years now, I can tell you that I know how discouraging it can feel to not be living the life you pictured with the job of your dreams. But that brings me to valuable lesson number 2. It is cool and dandy to have plans. It's great to dream, but you will not be able to handle that future picture without first embracing today's puzzle. If you're currently unemployed, do not stop applying for jobs. Revamp your resume. Browse different types of jobs outside of what you're looking for just to see if you'd like them, and apply to those too. Do not settle. It's definitely important to be selective in what you find because you don't want to just work anywhere for the sake of money. You want to actually enjoy it. But remember to just be wise in your decision making. If you're currently working somewhere that you're not even crazy about, try your best to rack up that experience for at least 6 months. Like, some of us got bills. Some of us got student loans that we are drowning in. Which brings me to number 3. The 6 months that they give you post-grad to handle your student loan situation fly by. Please educate yourself on whether your student loans are federal or private. Educate yourself on your payment options and the different payment plans that they offer. Educate yourself on your deferment options, just in case any life happens and you might need to put off a payment or 2, or a few. Sitting in your student loan debt really be making you wonder if that degree was worth it. While I personally don't believe everyone needs a degree in order to be successful, I know that I wouldn't be the person I am today without my whole college experience. Granted, the person that I am today would feel a lot better without that student loan debt. But I digress. Valuable lesson number 3. Thankfully, you are not the only adult dealing with student loan debt. It's truly and unfortunately just an epidemic that America has yet to solve. But it can feel really isolating when you know that there's a certain amount of debt that's just tied to your name. As long as you can find some financial stability, as long as you're building that credit, and being responsible with your other financial obligations, you got this! Number 4. The fourth thing that people don't tell you about graduating from college is that this is the first time ever that you will not be a student. Let that sink in. You have been a full-time student for 21 or 22 years of your life. Now you're forced to learn how to not associate this new identity with being a student. What is life? What is discipline? Who am I? Being known as a college student was so hip and fun. I'm a college student. I didn't get any sleep last night because I was too busy working on a 10-page paper, but you best believe I'm gonna be napping after this class. I'm a college student. Not too young, not too old. I'm a
bad thing. Fun as hell.
But now, the student athletes are now just Steve and Rachel, when before, they're the captains of the football and cross-country teams. This is honestly the hardest part of graduating. After years of schooling and building up your confidence through all of the clubs, sports, and activities, they all end so abruptly that it's normal to feel lost. Who am I? And then, if you're someone who mainly felt good about yourself whenever you got the affirmation of receiving good grades, it's really hard adapting to a life where you're no longer working for that worth, working for that sense of purpose, where no one's forced to review or grade your work. So, valuable lesson number 4 would be, really take some time to focus and hone in on what makes you you outside of the classroom, outside of the clubs and activities, outside of the sports and accolades. Please realize and understand that your worth is not measured by any of your former titles. Just because you're no longer a student athlete does not make you a talentless individual. Just because you're no longer president of SGA or a member of the drama club does not mean that you don't have other gifts. I'd encourage you to just become active in the community that you're in and realize that you have way more to offer than you think. The same gifts that you had in college are still the same gifts that you have today, even if that means you have to use them differently. Last but not least, number 5. The 5th thing that people don't really tell you about graduating from college is that post-grad depression is real and scary and anxiety-inducing. If you lived on campus like I did, you literally go from living with some of your best friends and seeing your people every single day to going back home and living a few hours away from them. You go from feeling so big, so confident, so capable, and almost invincible in college to feeling really small and just thrown out into the world. You no longer hold any of the titles that you had in college, so then that makes you feel a little empty. So if you find yourself feeling almost afraid of the world and unable to get out of bed, and you're no longer taking the best care of yourself, please don't sit in that. I am proud to say that I've been seeing a therapist for 5 years of my life. And seeing a therapist does not mean that you're crazy or unstable, and I've actually gone during the greatest and happiest and highest moments of my life. It's something that's thankfully getting normalized in today's culture. So, valuable lesson number 5. Get the help you need. As corny as it sounds, look for a great therapist. I'll probably make another video on that topic alone, but there are therapists that specialize in working with young adults who are going through transitions like this. Confide in some of your closest friends and be active. I know you'll want to lay in bed all day, but it is not going to make you feel better. Getting dressed and even getting out of the house to go to a coffee shop or to just take a walk or to invest in a hobby that you're passionate about. It will all help you feel better. And that's that. If you've made it to the end of this video, you probably liked it way more than you thought. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more content coming your way. If you recently graduated from college and you could resonate with anything I said, share this with a friend because you never know who's secretly hiding their struggle to make it in the real world. Be sure to follow me on Instagram @officialbinta. By the way, I am still celebrating the fact that I have over 100 subscribers now, so you know what? Let's keep this party going and growing. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye guys!